What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant. Kanye got dropped by Adidas. How do we feel about it?
Expected, right?
Yeah.
You can't be the German sports company holding on to the anti-Semite for that long. The fact that it took this long is actually kind of like, if you think Germany...
concerning.
Yeah, dude, Germany's entire thing right now, like their whole marketing for the past 70 years has been, hey, we're not with that shit anymore.
Yeah.
And then Kanye is just saying all this wild shit about the Jews,
Yeah.
DEFCON 3, and they're just like, well, let's see how this plays
hear
out.
them out.
I can't believe Germany let us stay on this
Was
long.
he working with Adidas when he says slavery was a choice?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's what I've seen comments about. It's like, yo, why when he was talking to black people, nobody had to rethink their relationships?
Why didn't they drop him then? That's what I don't know.
So he was, go on, Al. Go on, Al.
I'm just saying.
Because the Jews control the fucking banks. And
No,
the
that's
media.
incorrect.
And the soccer
Is that what I'm
cleats.
supposed to say?
Andrew's back.
Yeah. Who's just kidding, guys? It's Halloween. That
Yeah.
was my costume. Woke guy. Okay. No, go. Why did they not drop him then? When slavery was a choice.
I don't think the outrage from everyone collectively was as loud as it was. It was loud from black people, but not anyone else.
Interesting.
Can I have a positive theory?
Yeah.
Kanye being black left other people not
Saying
knowing how to
words that
respond.
turn me on, boy. Posit?
Yeah.
That
I was
shit
happy
turned me on,
when I came
my
up with it.
boy.
Yo. I was like, I got this. This is the right
Oh,
word.
shit.
This is the right word.
I'm about to deposit something in you. You keep talking like that.
Started giving them googly eyes and shit. I'm like, oh, okay, talk to me
Go,
nice.
posit that shit.
Yeah, if I may posit this theory.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Kanye being black left non-black people who are already like, I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with black issues. I don't know what's okay and what's not. Most people are like, this guy's out of his mind. But I think objective people were like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
Yo, that's interesting. It's like black people can be racist towards black people in a way more acceptable way. Like Jews can make Jew jokes. Jews can say bad shit about Jews. Maybe the Jewish community is saying that's fucked up. But for whatever reason, it seems more distasteful when one group is accusing another group of
Yes.
something or being mean to another group. And you've seen it with these NBA team owners.
Yeah.
The dude of Phoenix Suns said the N-word,
Out.
sell your team.
Sterling, out.
Exactly, right? And canceled by other Jews, mind you. If Jews own all the basketball teams and they're seeing these other Jews do some racist shit and they're kicking them the fuck out,
Yeah.
what happened to that loyalty?
Yeah.
Why aren't the boys coming together?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is kind of interesting. I think what's so funny about this situation is Kanye is going like, see who's really in control? And it's like, brother, this happens to every single person that has ties to a major corporation that is afraid of being radioactive because of the actions of one person.
Yeah.
That's all this is. Do these big corporations really give a fuck about the average person? No, they got little kids sewing together their clothes.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. What they care is if the world is going, is Adidas an anti-Semitic company?
And
they
the
were
consumer,
Yeah.
it's in the consumer's face to say, do I want to support this? That sweatshop shit, it's behind closed doors. We all hear about it. None of us really want to know.
We don't bring it up.
Because then we
And
can't
it
buy
benefits
it.
us.
And exactly, it
Yeah,
helps
yeah,
us.
yeah.
Is Amazon killing the mom and pop stores? Sure.
Absolutely.
They ain't my mom and pop. You know what I mean? I get my shit cheaper and delivered right to my
And
apartment.
even if it was, I'm going to probably keep buying because it's cheaper everywhere else. They beat them in every way. iPhones, every one of us got a slave machine. Little kids in China, wherever, making it, and we're just like, I don't see it. And going on Drink Champs and saying anti-Semitic shit, I cannot escape
You know what's
this.
fucked up? I know that they make it.
Yeah. We know, but we don't
Yeah.
see.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the video. Do you remember Ray Rice?
You don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, it's the Ray Rice when he was dragging his girl around.
We knew he hit his wife, but when we saw it, it just
Yeah.
affects us differently.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. And it's a shitty thing about humans, but we can be willfully ignorant very easily if we don't see it.
Yeah.
Once we see it, it's different.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think it's that shocking what's happening to him.
Yeah.
I can't believe that he's shocked by it. He feels like it's some sort of like justification for what he's saying this whole time.
Yeah.
Is it possible he's doing it intentionally to get out of the contract? To
That's
get
what I was-
Okay,
IP
so
and shit?
I was talking to somebody that we know, and he was like, this is actually Kanye's goal, but he probably didn't think that he was going to become this radioactive and that might hurt his long-term vision, right? He's having some trouble, exactly. I mean, if you see it, he's on Drink Champs going like, I can even say anti-Semitic shit and Adidas won't drop me. He's trying to get out, this is the assumption, he's trying to get out of the Adidas contract.
He's daring Adidas to drop them.
Because why does he want to get out of the Adidas contract?
'Cause
he
he's-
is go.
No,
Well, he feels that he's built Yeezy up to $1 billion brand. Now he no longer needs to be shackled to Adidas and have them tell him what he can or can't do.
And make the knockoffs of his shit.
and make a knockoff of his shirt. And he wants to get that shoe revenue, I'm sure, probably. So now here's the thing. He says all these crazy things. He gets out of the contract. Right now, he has a royalty deal with Adidas, right? So they got to pay him. But what's beautiful about the deal he got with Adidas is that they make all his shit. They have the factories, they have the stores, they have the distribution, right? They have all the websites, they have everything set up. Getting a factory to make your shit, getting all those SKUs done, getting all these things made. He has thousands of employees at his hands at Adidas.
Yeah.
Right? You remove that. Kanye is just that kooky creative guy that goes on all the podcasts that has all these ideas, but who knows how to execute them.
He's an idea man. He always needs daddy, like you said.
He admits he's an idea man. And that's why when he tried to do things by himself, he lost $53 million. When he did the fashion thing by himself, he lost all the money. When he partners with somebody who's a great businessman, all of a sudden, he can create some absolutely amazing things. He's done a great job in the music world. He's done an unbelievable job in the fashion world. I'm sure that he would continue to do great in whatever business endeavor he got into with the creative vision and someone who is all about that business. Because Kanye's the type of person that's going to say, make these fucking sneakers, and then they're going to come back and he's go, you know what? I'm not feeling those anymore. Let's scrap all the sneakers. You need someone at a corporation that goes, that's not how things work.
Yeah.
You agreed on these models, and this is what we're going to put out.
And next time, make him the one you want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then sometimes those models do well, and then Kanye's like, I knew I was right about making those models.
Right.
Right? So I wonder if he's trying to get out, but now he's maybe done too much damage to get another investor or partner. Because who's going to invest in him now? Maybe the Saudis or some Middle East person who doesn't have that much sympathy for the Jewish plight, right? But the average like American or European brand is not going to dump a few $100 million into Kanye West to build out Yeezy.
Also,
Reestablish those distribution. What do you think? Al,
I don't know. I'm just saying, it's like when you see his track record, like, yes, it's volatile, it's risky to get in business with him, but the upside can be good as well. So, like, I think brands are going to see this behavior. They're going to wait a while, wait till this shit dies down a little bit, maybe let him put out like a fire album or some shit like that, and they'll be at, like, they'll jump at the chance to connect with Kanye.
So he needs to cure his reputation first. Once he's cured it.
I think you just need some time to go by.
And the time will cure the reputation.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
But first things first is cure the perception.
yes.
Al, you don't think so?
Like if you see,
Well, you're black, and you guys forgave him for saying that. So then, no, I mean that sincerely.
I mean,
like we're, you know,
I don't think what he said was as bad as the anti-Semitic comments that he made.
really,
Yeah, like,
slavery was a choice.
yeah, actually, that was pretty bad. Yeah,
But
but like that was a time period. I think I stopped wearing any Yeezy stuff. I cut out the albums for a while, but like I've really distanced myself from everything Kanye because I was really so upset by those comments.
And then
after time went by and the music started to introduce itself back into it, and then I forgave him.
he
And I
never
think
said he was wrong. He never stopped fucking with Trump.
That's true. That's true.
He's hold true to all the things that you're saying that you were offended by.
Yeah.
And you giving him a pass.
Yes,
Which is
and
to his
I
point,
think-
time.
I
Time
think
cures.
the world will do that, and
Jews ain't
eventually,
doing that.
Well, like Mel Gibson.
Their
did the same
entire
thing.
motto is never forget.
They forgave Mel Gibson.
Did they?
No.
He's
Weirdly, he's in the independent circles. Like he's been able to like get back in.
I forgot
and
who
make
it
his
was.
things.
Someone like a famous Jew like came out and was like, "We gotta forgive Mel Gibson. We gotta like move past."
The
it."
Passion of the Christ made $1 billion, and they was like, "Listen, there's some forgiveness here."
There's a sequel that we hear about. That would be very good.
Yeah.
I think though that the version, besides like him going away for a while, there's going to be some type of factory that he could do it independently. He can be doing Yeezy drops that'll be super successful. They'll still show like he's
Somebody's
for sure
gotta
going to
do
have
them, though. That's the thing. Like, he's not the person to build these relationships with these factories.
You can link with
No,
a private
dude,
business person.
there's so many factories in
Somebody's
China
doing
that
them
you
already.
can actually
All the
are
knockoffs,
set up
you
to
just
do
have
this.
to connect with the
I don't think there's the biggest leap to do the type of distribution that Adidas has. No, that'll take a while, but there's a version at a certain scale that he'll be able to kind of immediately go
Yes,
into.
a smaller scale, I think that is absolutely possible, and there's no question. And maybe he could make even more money at a smaller scale because he's keeping everything. That's possible. But it's undeniable that he needs factory connections, creatives to make the stuff, and also who might want to work with him right now. If you're an up-and-coming designer, like a true brilliant guy who's on the cusp of working with a Louis Vuitton or working with a, I don't know, Balenciaga or whatever, these companies, and then Kanye a year ago said, come work with me, you'd be like, well, fuck yeah, let's do it. Now you're like, that might ruin the rest of my career.
Yeah.
And this guy might burn out. He might fire me. He might hate me.
And that's another thing to consider in terms of burnout. Adidas owns everything. that Kanye has put out. They own
Yeah.
all old Yeezus colorways. They own the name.
Yeah.
They own everything. So now you're banking on, can Kanye make new shit as hot as what he made with Adidas? And could just be some boomer shit, but I'm looking at his new stuff a lot now and being like, eh. And I don't think the heat is there.
I give you pushback on that. I think he can. I think that he has, and if it's not the creative vision, it is the confidence to push it through. I mean, like, fashion is arbitrary,
Yeah.
right? Like, sometimes what's cool now will be uncool in a matter of years.
That's
like
factual.
legit uncool.
Yeah.
So there is no one thing that defines cool. It's, are the cool people wearing it? And Kanye had the ability to influence other cools to wear it. Now the question is, if he's released his grasp on those influencers, then he can't convince people to wear the stupid boots or whatever the fuck it is.
Now, think about this with those influencers. A lot of them want to be Hollywood types. They want to be in the industry in some form or fashion.
Exactly.
There's a lot of Jews in the industry. I'm not saying they run it or do it with an agenda.
Now you're
There's
saying
damn
that.
sure a lot of them. So if they're looking at every person like, this motherfucker wearing Yeezys to my meeting, or I see him on Instagram with wearing all this Kanye West shit, I don't need to fuck with this guy. Will they take the risk of costing themselves that relationship because they're wearing the fashion of somebody who's on the record as being anti-Semitic?
It's just a time thing. People wear Armani now, and that shit, they were like designing Nazi uniforms.
Hugo
Yeah,
Boss.
but you're talking about
Hugo Boss,
80
yeah.
years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah, I know. So give it 3 years, and I think people will be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." That was.
I mean, the Volkswagen is people's car. It's literally Hitler's car.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do agree that in time it will pass, but again, a lot of time has passed since World War II. Now, it was way worse, but we're talking 80 years, multiple generations. Kanye not gonna be putting out fashion in 80 years unless.
I'm telling you, people's attention span,
Yeah,
they don't
I
care.
mean,
they'll be
bro.
worried about something else
And
in the future.
And the people love clout, and Kanye's still gonna have that clout.
Like, he can garner attention. We're still talking about him right now, and he has an unbelievably entertaining way of talking. Like, whether you like it or don't like it, he is wildly entertaining. Like, I was watching the Lex Fridman. I'm watching it and I'm just laughing.
"Hey, don't say Jewish media, JM."
JM. It's laugh. There's a few, dude. He has this one thing that he goes. I knew Kim would never love. He goes, I knew Kim would never love Pete, and not because he's ugly, but because she likes black guys. That not because he's ugly is the most unnecessary thing, but that is him being petty and angry and he just wants to call Pete ugly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kanye ain't the best looking motherfucker. Do you know what I'm saying?
The fact that he put himself with Reggie Bush, he's like, yo, she got a
got a
tight
tight
knee.
knee.
Reggie
Unfucking
Bush, like Reggie Bush is way
That's
hotter
how
than you, bro.
that's how racist Kanye is towards black people. He thinks they all look the same.
Literally.
Ray J, Reggie Bush. She also left out her first husband who looked nothing like them,
Right.
Chris Humphrey. But Ray J, Reggie Bush, and me all look the
that's
same.
a good ass point.
Yeah, Chris
He
Humphrey looks
completely-
nothing like.
But the first guy that proposed might look like the guy, the music guy. What's his name? He was like a producer. Fuck.
I
You'll look
forgot
up.
this one.
Anyway, but yeah, Chris Humphries looked nothing like him. That being said, very short-lived relationship.
Well, yeah. Fair enough. But marriage.
Yeah, I think it's excuse me. Yeah, I think I don't know. It's an interesting time.
It depends if he persists with the attitude and the behavior.
Yeah.
If he like somehow does like a whole apology tour, does like a movie with Jewish producers, like some type of like major act of retribution to like the Jewish community and society at large, and then just kind of chills for like a year, I think he'll be back in the fold. He'll be able to partner with an independent business person that will get the contracts with the Chinese factories. He'll be able to do the marketing push, and it'll even be more exclusive. Like the price of Yeezys is already going up because they're not producing them anymore.
Oh, wow,
so it's like, he's gonna be able to drop shit, and it's like, oh, there's only 1,000 of these getting made versus Adidas global distribution.
Yeah.
He's gonna be able to keep all of it. It's all gonna go up.
It absolutely could work. The question is, how radioactive will he be, and will people want to work with him? And if it's profitable enough and shit has died down enough in a year, then maybe they will.
And also based off the current attitude, like on social, I don't think enough people are not fuck with him that he's not going to be profitable.
Here's something about social I think that we need to understand. And he's doing what Trump did brilliantly. And I think people often say this and they use it as like a way to discredit people, and I'm not. But Trump tapped into passionate groups that had no mainstream representation, and he gave them a voice. And the thing about having no mainstream representation is when you do, you forgive the other shit they say because you're just so excited that they're talking for you, right? Like, so for example, there's single issue voters. Like, there are people who are like, I do not believe in abortion. I don't give a fuck what you want to do with the economy. I don't care what you want to do about immigration. I do not believe in abortion. So if you tell me you're banning abortion, you could say whatever the fuck you want about the Jews. You could say whatever the fuck you want about the blacks. As long as we're not aborting, I'm voting for you.
There's anti-Semites that like Ben Shapiro.
Love him.
Yeah.
Absolutely love him. And he's gonna have to deal with that. That's the next thing. That's a very no.
Why are there anti-Semites that live?
Because he's on their time. He's on their
The
side.
Venn diagram's got some crossover.
They don't like that he's Jewish, but they love that he's conservative and he's fighting for conservatives.
And he's giving them all great points, and he's like telling them what to say to their friends, and like giving them argument, like
He's
making
giving them Harvard
documentaries and all this shit.
The American breakdown of Jews is like 75% lean Democrat and vote Democrat, and 25% would be conservative, and so.
But
Ben Shapiro.
You don't think there's people that have prejudice against Candace Owens that happen to like her or like watch her stuff?
No, there's people who don't like black people, but love that Candace Owens is giving them all the talking points against black people.
And not all or even most, but there are some.
Yeah, this is not everyone, but there are these groups. And what I was saying is Ben is going to have to work with that because now that he has the platform, the Daily Wire, is he fostering and aiding and helping and fanning the flame on these feelings of these groups, and are these groups now emboldened with their anti-Semitism? And as that happened, has he aided 10% to it, 20% to it?
Maybe, or is he giving them like better footing to not go farther into that? Or,
Sure. So, but wait, what were we just saying before you brought that up?
That there's people that are willing to look past this shit so long as it's on.
And I think what Kanye did is he tapped into a bunch of groups, specifically with the thing that he's been talking about, like Drink Champs and all the different podcasts, that are underrepresented. Anti-Semites, number one. They don't identify as anti-Semites. They're not like, we hate Jews. They're like, Jews run the media.
Yeah.
Jews run banks.
And if you criticize them, you'll lose everything, and your house is gone. Blah blah blah.
Exactly. So they're like, we don't hate Jews. This is just the fact of life, and the fact that nobody else sees this or says this is very frustrating. And then one of the most famous people on the planet says it. Now he can do no wrong.
In their eyes.
Not mine, but
in their eyes.
In their eyes. Absolutely. Same thing with the George Floyd fentanyl thing. So all these people who believe George Floyd only died from fentanyl, right, are being told that they're liars every single day by the mainstream media. They truly believe it was only fentanyl. And every day they're told they're liars, they're stupid, they're idiots, they're conspiracy theorists. And then one of the most famous people on the planet goes, no, this is what happened. You're God. And I've spoken to some of these motherfuckers. They've all said, because they were criticizing me, so I was DMing with them. And I was like, yo, what are you really upset about? Like, what did I do? Why are you so angry at me? And they all said, literally, they all go, listen, Kanye's an idiot, but he's right about the fentanyl thing. You got to look at it. So they're using Kanye. They're just finally being agreed with.
Yeah. Sorry. What you said reminded me of a question I had about the Candace Owens guy.
Okay.
You think calling it the rise of BLM and going at this Black Lives Matter organization that I think all of us felt like was bullshit for a while, and then giving us all this evidence of why it's bullshit and vindicating that, made people believe the George Floyd fentanyl thing even more.
Of course. Because
it was like a smart, just one nugget about George Floyd dying from fentanyl, and then the rest is BLM bashing it.
I think if you hate what BLM did, like if you felt affected by it, and I'm sure that there's there's people who have seen what cops went through because of the rhetoric. They have cops in their family.
They got their stores destroyed.
Got their stores fucked up, or their friends' stores got fucked up. There are like legitimate reasons to feel attacked by the movement, just as there are legitimate reasons to feel attacked as a black person. Right? So I understand the frustration. So you're willing to discredit that in any way. And then one of the most influential people on the planet comes out and says the thing that nobody says and you're not supposed to say.
A black dude, yeah.
And a black guy, so you get to feel scot-free, right? It's not some fucking white guy with one hand in the air who's usually saying it. This is the coolest black dude is saying it. So now you're like, yeah, of course, I'm gonna support this no matter what, and anybody disagrees with him, fuck you. And I think he tapped into a few of those things, and finally those groups came out of the woodwork. They're like, okay, it's safe outside. We got a cool, powerful guy talking our shit. We never had it before, so we had to be quiet. And it's an interesting strategy.
Yeah. He sees Trump's playbook and he's following it to the T.
Yeah.
It's
To
funny.
what end? I'm actually asking you.
It's hard because you never really know his true motives. His true motives is just himself. So it's like,
the thing that was driving me crazy in the Lex interview was so much for black people this, for black people that. It's like, bro, you've never been for black people in your life, except one time maybe when you criticized George Bush.
And even that, I don't know.
I agree.
I think he just wanted to say the salacious thing.
I mean, he's in like the BLM marches and shit and like raising money for George Floyd's kids and stuff like that.
That's fair. But generally speaking, I find Ye to be for Ye. And to a large degree, he wants acceptance from white people. Now he's just getting acceptance from the whitest people. You know what I mean? Like, let's put on the Trump hat and let's George Floyd died from fentanyl. And it's like, to me, he's always wanted acceptance from white people more than anything else.
Like, I don't even think he's going to run in 2024. I think he's doing the same thing that Trump is doing, just like, hey, I'm just going to tease that I'm running, so you guys just keep me in the conversation, and I'm always this influential person in the media that has to be covered just because I'm teasing the fact that I may be president, so everybody's going to try to stay in my good graces, so just in case.
There's you guys should all go watch the conversation with Lex Fridman. I thought Lex handled it really
Lex
well.
was great.
Yeah, I thought he was great, but I thought he exposed like a side of Kanye that I wasn't familiar with. And he did it with like grace and empathy. And Lex, it felt like he was upset, like visibly upset.
Felt like he was a friend who was disappointed in Kanye.
Yeah, but also angered at times. And then he kind of controlled his anger. Like, Lex is a fucking black belt in jiu-jitsu. If he wanted to twist Kanye's head off his shoulders, he could do it in a fucking heartbeat. Yeah, he looks like a dweeb, but he's not. He could fuck somebody up.
Yeah.
And so it's like, Al goes, yeah, of course. Racism. This is because he's Jewish. Is that why?
He's Ukrainian too. He fuck you up. That's a hard
he
white
can't
boy.
move in that suit. It's going to keep him low.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the suit.
John Wick moved in that suit.
So basically, I think what he exposed in Kanye is this unbelievable hurt and loneliness. And I think Kanye's been fucked over by a lot of people in the business. Now,
where did you pick up on this? Please explain.
How much of the episode have you seen?
Hour and 10.
Yeah, so it's about like a 2.5 hour. Okay. So you'll start to feel it a little bit more. But like there's a moment where he tells Lex, and he tells him, I don't trust you. Lex is like, you have to trust people. And so he goes, I don't trust you. And like Lex is like thrown by it. And he goes, I'm sorry, I was like really thrown off by that. Like that, no one's ever told me that they don't trust me.
That's great from
And
Lex.
that like hurt me that you said that. Like he just had like a really honest, emotional reaction. Like everybody calls Lex a robot, but it was like this beautiful human thing. He's like, whoa, like, and then he processed it not as a fuck you, but more like it's so sad that you feel like you can't trust people. And of course, Ye's only thinking about Ye when he's been the only one looking out for him. And for all these years, maybe people have been making money off of him and doing what they can to remove resources from him. And it's easy, I imagine, when you feel taken advantage of, and every single relationship that you have was used to kind of take something from you, it's, one, easy to be resentful and feel like you're the only person in this world and it's just you and God. That's your only homie who will never let you go. But it's also, and he said this at one point in the episode, he goes, we have mutually aligned interests, and that's what I feel comfortable with. And that's the only way that he can have trust in a relationship with his wife. He even brings it up like that, a relationship with his friends. And think about how lonely that is, that every relationship you have, once you believe that people are trying to take from you, it's very easy to go, the few people who may or may not be Jewish on my team are part of a larger organization of Jews that are just trying to extract. Once that resentment is there, and once that loneliness is there, and once that abandonment is there,
and he lost
who loves you? Yeah, it's like, who loves you genuinely? Your mom's gone.
Yeah.
You know, your wife, you may or may not think that she's using you to get somewhere.
Yeah.
You might be using her to get somewhere. Now, I'm not saying Ye didn't ruin the relationships on his own. I'm sure he's a difficult guy to deal with. It seems like it.
I mean, you could see the track record.
Of course.
Everyone who's been by his side is no longer by his side.
Yeah. Of course.
So
and the people,
eventually it's you.
But not to cut you, but like, I never saw that in Ye. I saw confidence, I saw arrogance, I saw these types of things, but I never saw those as covering up loneliness.
But even in the Drink Champs interview, he was like complaining like, oh, you see, when I was going through it, no one in the black community stood by my side.
Yeah.
You know?
Now it makes sense.
Yeah. He's always been saying
he's hurt, man.
Do you think I think that's a consistent in most people. Like super, like not confidence, but like staunch, like arrogance and like bordering on like pathology is always kind of rooted in some type of
insecurity
and like compensation.
100%.
Yeah, because the people that he's mentioning, when that's the part I believe when he was talking about he's jealous of these Jews and the way they act this way and how they hold their own. Like he's name dropping like the Azov family, who once you're with those people, those are the most mentoring mom and dad in the industry. So he's made it to the top of people that are going to look after you, not just take away from you. So it's easy that you did something to push away from management to agents to business managers. So that's a part where it's like, yeah, you could be lonely, but you have a hand in it.
I thought it was another cool thing that Lex did when he said, he was giving pushback to Jewish media. And he goes, say their names.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really great, right? He was like,
I like the most.
He's like, don't be a pussy. He's like, be brave.
Yeah.
Say the people's names that have hurt you.
Yeah.
Don't use this blanket term that's what is going to be what breeds the hatred towards a group of people who are innocent in doing anything to you.
Yeah.
Say those individuals' names. And then Ye didn't do it.
Yeah.
He also said, be the change that you want to see. It's like, if you don't like the industry, you're a billionaire now. You can do the changes. You had that genius point yesterday. You told me.
Yeah. I don't know if Kanye has given his artists their masters yet. I know he said he would. I don't know that he has. You would think Kanye, once it's done and in writing, would publish the contracts. This is the kind of guy you would think Kanye is. Hey, I'm giving you your masters back. I'm Kanye. I own good music. You're Common. You're Big Sean. Whoever.
Why does Big Sean still say he's owed $3 million or whatever?
Big Sean hasn't taken back what he said on Drink Champs that Kanye owes him millions. So Kanye, you complain about contracts multiple times on a Lex Fridman interview. You never said, I gave my guys their masters back.
So Lex Fridman asked him about that. And he goes, listen, I was like the face of a label, but I wasn't actually running the label. The people that were running the label were doing it fucked up. And it's like, it's your label.
And you got your masters back, right?
And
you could have, it's a very easy fight from there. Hey,
or
these guys
you could have at least fought for your people, which is what you're saying you're doing now. Like, be the change you want to see. And I think that, to Alex's point earlier, maybe it was your point, which is like, he wants to be the change he wants to see for Kanye.
Yeah.
And if there's a trickle down that affects other people, that's cool. But it gotta hit Ye first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then I'm not really going out of my way to help y'all, but I did it first so y'all could do it later.
Yeah.
Y'all do it on your own though, just like me.
He's a clear narcissist who doesn't want to take any accountability. And it's like, I feel a little bit bad for him because I've seen, like, I was a big Kanye fan. I watch a lot of his interviews. You can see his, like, decline in terms of even the way he's speaking. It's like he cannot stay focused on a single thing. Like, he can't even, like, finish a single sentence, and then he's, like, off to the next thing. Like, he's jumping around. And he even said in the interview, he's like, hey, I've been off my meds for 2 years.
There you go.
Like, that's not good. From a person who says he's clinically bipolar, that's not good.
He doesn't
believe it anymore.
He's
because he's having a manic episode.
And the last time he had an episode, he said he was bipolar. He said himself he was bipolar.
Yeah.
This came out of his mouth.
But again, when you're having an episode, you feel so good. You're like, man, these motherfuckers telling me I'm X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I feel great. I feel better than I've ever been because I'm off those meds. Yeah. And again, I think he got off the meds. Matt Pavich brought this up. Again, those meds make you fat. And I think Kanye, we know to be a very vain guy. And I could 100% see him and his family supporting it. The Kardashians being like, yeah, you don't need that. Why get fat?
But it is amazing, like, he's a lightning rod.
Oh.
Like, there are very few people, like, when they want, can make the entire world talk about them.
He's historic in that sense.
Why is he able to do that?
I think he taps into a lot of people's, like, internal desire to be seen as, like, the misunderstood genius. Because he's undoubtedly a genius, and he's undoubtedly misunderstood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think everyone likes to see themselves as like, yo, I'm Harry Potter. I'm living under the stairs. Like, I don't get the respect that I deserve. I'm actually a genius. I'm actually a hero.
You really won me with the Harry Potter thing. I was ready to push back when you said Harry Potter. So this guy gets it.
That's the story. Is like, yo, I'm just like a kid from Chicago, and I have this talent. I'm not getting the respect I want. Then I finally get it, and then when I get it, I don't just like hide away. I actually keep pushing it. And I keep on trying to make change, and I keep saying my opinion and speaking my voice. And it's really powerful to people. I think people see it and identify with it and go, that's the person that I perceive myself to be and that I want to be one day. Regardless of like what the message is, it's just seeing a man with purpose on a mission that's overcoming odds and obstacles and media and all these external forces.
And filled with self-belief in a way we all wish we were.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really been the theme of his music ever since the beginning, and that's why a lot of people gravitate to it. It's like he's the underdog. He's always been the underdog, even when he was on top. He was still the underdog.
Yeah.
People still think he's an underdog.
Shit.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
Well, not now, apparently, because Adidas... that lost him his billionaire status. But how are you?
He always takes on new challenges and then is a genius in those things. He like takes on music and is like this unrespected producer that's like, no, I'm a rapper. And then he becomes an amazing rapper that like makes these amazing albums.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna sell these $500 t-shirts. And everyone's like, you're an idiot. And then he makes this giant clothing brand. and he continues to create odds for himself and then beats them. And I think people see that and they're like, fuck, that is the coolest thing.
Yeah.
So I get why his story is like motivational for people.
His journey
why
has
people
value to people.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, it's like the hero's journey. Like he's created that for himself, and his life is like this fucking Shakespearean tale. Like it's amazing.
I completely agree with all that. One small point of pushback. I think us buying into him as a genius beyond fashion and even fashion genius, I don't know what that is, but music. I think we just let him be a genius in everything. And he kind of believed that, and we let him believe that, and I think that's what's making
I think the genius of fashion is not how the clothes fit or how they look. It's convincing people to wear them.
Yeah.
Because we'll wear anything.
Yes.
We're all old enough to go through multiple style cycles.
Yeah.
Baggy to skinny to baggy
Back to baggy.
to skinny. You know what I mean? And like, we're all old enough to wear skinny during baggy and then feel dumb.
Yeah.
When we wore it and felt cool.
Or your favorite shirt, all of a sudden you wouldn't be caught dead in, and you're like, what? This shirt's the same.
Yeah.
What changed?
So weirdly, the design of clothes is arbitrary. It is the influence to get the cool people to wear the clothes, which is the greatest power in fashion.
I'll say kind of arbitrary, but yeah.
Well, to a certain extent, but I mean, he even talked about it in the Lex thing. He was like, I got Arnaud's reaction when I had all these people at the Yeezy show. That's when he got the...
Yeah, well, from a business perspective, yeah.
Well, why is it valuable from a business perspective? Because Arnaud knows that influencing other people that are influencers to be at the show, to be at the Yeezy show, to wear the Yeezys, to walk the Yeezy show, the most influential models, singers, everybody. Once they're being influenced by this guy and he doesn't have him under a contract somewhere, that's a problem for him. You got to keep LVMH going. Yeah. And if I don't own that brand that everybody thinks is the next brand, now my shit is fucked.
Yeah.
So I think at its core, he understands what moves fashion. It's not the fucking cut. I'm sorry, designers. It's not the cut.
I think they know.
It's a little bit.
I think they know.
It's a little bit. Don't take it all the way.
I don't want to discredit that as a skill because it's an amazing skill.
Yes, it is.
Like there's different styles of painting. Impressionist painting, right? There's realism. Like there's all these different styles, and some people can do many different ones. Like Picasso could paint something so it looks like you.
Yeah.
And he could also do what is the one where it's like the cubism, I think it's called? Something like that. Like there are different styles. It's getting people to buy into Picasso is a genius painter that makes those paintings valuable.
100%. There's a Gucci billboard out there where they're wearing the Clockwork Orange outfit. Have you guys seen that? I remember
Trent and Jack from Side Talk. I said it. They look exactly like Trent and Jack from Side Talk. You're talking about the one in Lafayette right there. I sent it to them.
So funny.
Shout out to Trent and Jack, man.
Yeah,
Love y'all,
man. Goats. But I watched Clockwork Orange in the 2004 in college, and I was like, these guys look fucking weird. This is goofy. I don't understand any of this. I'm walking by it. It's on a Gucci billboard, and I'm like, this shit is kind of fire now that you think about it. I'm just as dumb as anybody else. I'm just as much of a sheep as anybody else. But so much of fashion, the cut and shit matters, but so much of it is marketing and getting us to buy in, especially me, because I'm the last guy to get there. So if you got me, you got everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it has to objectively be cool in some ways, so like it can't be uncool. But yeah, ultimately,
cool.
Yeah, but what makes it cool? That's the
just
thing.
that it fits you.
No,
like,
you said no, Mark. You said this actually to me. I remember specifically.
Kanye's clothes, they're oversized. They don't even fit.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, like he can't make something that is like objectively ugly.
Yes, you
you
can.
Yeah, you can.
No, you said.
Son,
No. We're gonna use your words because you made this. You made this argument. It was about what make. Oh yeah, what makes something cool is the fact that it isn't. So everything starts as a rejection of the norm, right? Remember we were talking about fashion?
It's a progression of the norm. But like the way I've heard people describe it is like it has to be right on the edge of like the Overton window of acceptability, but pushing it far enough that it still looks
And nobody
new.
knows what you're talking about. Look, listen. not a single. You was talking about Ovaltine. I don't know what the fuck that shit is.
I don't know
chocolate milk for no fucking.
Got me pushing right on the edge.
Yo, God.
I was
damn,
positive
bro.
for a second.
What the fuck was happening?
I was just positive,
Okay,
bro.
listen,
Come on.
listen. Everybody's wearing skinny jeans. This is fashion.
Stupid. Just call them
Yeah.
stupid.
The reaction. You didn't know what the fuck that shit was. You
but it
dumb
was funny
motherfucker.
that you did it.
Listen,
Start back with
we
baggy.
all know what he's talking about. We're just trying to make it easier to digest. Everybody's wearing skinny. The next cycle of fashion will be baggy. It is predictable. It's happened every single time because that's the rejection of this thing right here. What is baggy while this is popular? While skinny's popular, what's baggy?
Ugly.
Ugly or uncool.
Yeah.
And then once the cool people reject. This was your point.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that there's trends that like if you just like break the trend in the middle of the trend, then people will be like, he's.
I got you. It's not there yet. You have to wait till just the end.
Like I'm saying, like within a cycle, you can't just make anything and then people jump on.
Once Urban Outfitters, it's like once Urban Outfitters
mall brand or whatever, then people will be like, oh, it's everywhere now.
Once Skinny is mall brand, now it's time to break.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you couldn't just like when what was it? Ed Hardy got like made kids clothes or whatever.
Yeah, then it was like, okay, it's over.
Like they couldn't just like keep doing it and be like, oh yeah, let's just make a new story. Like the story's already run its course. So that's the only pushback I'm saying.
I even think then in the middle, and you couldn't coordinate this, but if you got all the influencers in the middle of the skinny jeans hype, or even now the baggy jeans thing is on the rise, in the middle of it, if you got a bunch of famous, sexy people to just start wearing skinny or just completely break the trend is over.
Yeah, it might.
Whatever it was, it's now broken and now we're going to this thing.
Sure. Right.
Because we're all like, I guess. You just got to see it enough times to be like, yeah, that shit is actually fire.
Sure.
Yeah. To get those people to be influenced, though, like, can you influence them in the middle of that thing to fuck up their potential brand?
Exactly.
And then if you're able to, then you have influence to set the trend, and then you are the trendsetter, therefore the trend is changing.
Yeah.
Okay. But ultimately, you're buying the story.
Yes.
Like when it comes to fashion and like most art.
When it comes to life.
Yeah.
Story, man. But yeah, the Lex interview is very interesting.
And I'm glad Lex had him on.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, yo, why is he doing this? Like, I was like, are you just going after fucking numbers? Like, what's going on, Lex? Like, and then I was told that he's Jewish. And I was like, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I want Kanye to speak to a thoughtful, smart Jewish guy.
You didn't know Lex Fridman was Jewish?
No.
Isn't Fridman a Jewish name?
Very Jewish.
I thought so.
It's like super Jewy.
It's like one of the, my name's Jewy.
Yeah.
It's like one of those names
And
where
you're
it could be
Jewish.
both,
Yeah,
but I'm not Jewish.
But you are, though. You just don't accept it. You're closeted.
You're not Jew. You're
Say
Jewish.
some shit about Jews. We'll see if I'm Jewish. Let's see. Who owns the banks, boys?
I love
Let's see.
Jews.
There you go. I'm not Jewish at all. But yeah, I don't know. Then I thought from that perspective, it was like a really cool conversation to have.
And I thought he did it really well. Where early on, he's very nice, very friendly. We're having the conversation. And I was kind of waiting. I was like, yo, Lex gives pushback. When is this coming? And then it started. About 20, 30 minutes in, whatever it was, he was like, now, that was a horrible apology. There's no, we need to talk about this Jewish media thing. Call out the individuals, not the group. That's cowardly.
Yeah.
He said some harsh shit.
Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Go check it out.
Necessary.
Yeah, go check it out. And we got to have Lex on the pod when he's in town.
Hell yeah.
That'll be good.
Can we dress like robots?
We all have to dress exactly like Lex. We're like, what is the minion guy? Gru.
Oh, Beto.
All right, guys, we're going to take a break from this episode because I got to tell you all about Rocket Money, okay? Formerly known as True Bill. Rocket Money is an all-in-one finance platform that helps you save money and spend less, okay? This personal finance app allows you to manage subscriptions, lower bills, build a custom budget, and grow your savings all in one place. Consolidate everything, okay? I personally use Rocket Money to cancel unwanted subscriptions, okay? Safely, securely identify literally every recurring charge that you have, and they can cancel the unwanted ones for you. Just with a tap. You never have to get on the phone with these companies and convince them, oh, I'm not going to the gym no more. They got that shit for you immediately, okay? They're also down to lower your bills. I know it sounds crazy, but simply by uploading a photo and tapping a button, Rocket Money will negotiate your bills for you. That's from internet services to cable companies, phone bills, anything, they got you. And they'll also monitor your credit, okay? So Rocket Money is alerting me of important changes that impact my score, and it offers me insights on ways that I can improve it, okay? So, right now, if you want to save more and spend less and join the 3.4 million members using Rocket Money, I've got the hookup for you. Go to rocketmoney.com/flagrant to get started for free or unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/flagrant to get started for free. Go there right now. Now let's get back to the show. Okay, what else we got? Anything else
Brittney
happening?
Griner appealed her sentence in Russia.
She ain't never leaving, bro.
Son,
Ukraine got to win that war before she leaves.
Yeah.
Does anyone feel bad for her? I know there's always people being like, oh, doesn't America look good now? Don't you wish you were in
Charlemagne
America?
sapped all my empathy for that shit. He's
Why?
like, we got people with weed charges that's in jail here.
Yeah, that's also bad.
Yeah, but what I think what he was saying is like, it was like, basically his point was like, let's get them out. Why are we putting all this money, time, and focus on this woman who knowingly took drugs into a country where she's not supposed to? Mm-hmm. None of us would take drugs across countries.
But the people in jail in America also knowingly sold drugs when they weren't supposed to.
That's not true.
What?
That's not true.
Wait, why not?
That's not true. No, it is true. But now, no, it is true. But now that it's decriminalized, or now that it's legal here,
exactly.
it still is criminalized and illegal there. I think that's the separation. But I 100%.
And she went during a time of increased tension, so like you got to be on your.
Yeah,
T's
she
and
fucked up 1,000,000%. Duh.
For somebody who was in jail in a foreign country, I feel bad for her. That shit sucks, especially when you're in jail for some bullshit.
Son, you were
You
journaling.
were in a great jail.
Son, it
Yeah,
was.
you were-
It's still.
Yeah,
you
well,
assaulted an officer, you fucking
What
piece
are you
of shit.
talking about?
You had 3 hard days. You had 3 days on a yoga mat. Then you had your own shower. And you
defended
were just
myself.
writing in a journal.
You watched 90 Day Fiance for a
defended
month.
myself.
Yeah.
I
You didn't
defended
even make
myself.
it the full
and I
90
ate
days.
shit food. Shit food.
Nah.
I-
You said it
That's
was
the
good.
whole country. That's not the jail's
Yeah,
fault.
that's
If
not
Brittney
their fault.
Griner's in the jail you were in, then she's in a better spot than in America. But I feel like Russian prison is probably
Did
not
you see
ideal.
the picture of the jail cell? If that's the one that she's permanently in, rough.
For a gay black chick in Russia, I feel like it's probably not great.
Now, Russian jail is wild, B.
That was a bad.
Especially
looking
for
cell.
like, she's basically like a prisoner of war at this point. Like,
Yeah.
she's an American gay black
Sweden
woman.
jail, bro. Rough
But do
shit,
you
bro.
feel bad? Do you
Rough,
feel bad
bro.
for her?
I got stripes.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I could
I
imagine,
feel
like,
bad.
Because you presented it like you don't feel bad.
no, I do
No,
feel
he
bad.
presented it like he did feel
Yeah,
bad.
Oh,
exactly,
really?
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I got the opposite
What?
energy.
Nah.
You were like, does anyone feel bad for
Did you
Brittney
get
Griner?
vaccinated recently?
I did.
You got a little tizzed out.
I got my 5th vaccine according to the comments on my Instagram post.
You're having a hard time picking up social stuff, dude. That's what it is. No, but like, I do feel bad for her.
I just really related to Lex throughout the whole interview. It's like, finally,
You watch
a guy
one
who
Lex
gets
Fridman
the
podcast.
emotional intelligence. This is what's up. Okay, go.
But yeah, I don't know. I do feel bad for her. Like, I just put myself in her situation.
I feel bad.
where it's
Yeah,
like,
we
okay,
could all
I'm
make
going
the
there.
mistake, but
I'm
yeah,
bringing
come
weed because I need it for my whatever, or I just like smoking. It's a little capsule. I'm not going to sell it. It's just for me. And then you get fucked, and then now you're in prison for like the rest of your life. Can't see your family, friends, kids, whatever.
Yeah, that's-
For
Here's
the
what
next
fucked
decade.
up. The oligarch that owns her fucking team will get her out of jail if anything happened, or if they ever arrested her for any little thing. They'd be like, "No, this is Brittney Griner. She's a superstar. She plays on my team. This is my little pet project. This is kind of fun." It just so happens it's during wartime, like you said. She's more of a prisoner of war than she is a prisoner of this.
But then
crime.
also people don't have any empathy for her because they're like, oh, you criticized America during all the BLM stuff. She was like, America's racist. She like kneeled for the national anthem, whatever else.
Two things can be true.
Yo, America can be racist. And if you're American and you believe that we shouldn't be, like if your idea of America is we shouldn't be, we should live up to the values of America, you should criticize the racism in America.
Yeah.
If you're proud of the racism in America, then you're like, bitch, shut up. That's my culture. But if you believe in what the Constitution says and you believe in the values, you should support the people who push back against the things that don't live up to it. I don't think there's anything wrong with her saying that.
Reach.
And I love America and I love America's power. And
What
that's
happened to
where
this guy?
I
dude?
know.
What
I
happened to
love
this
this
guy,
shit.
man?
I'm the
this
biggest
shit.
patriot in the world, bro.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the thing.
sure you are.
I am, bro. It's a Jewish country. America is a Jewish country, bro. Yes, it is. Look at the stars on the flag. Stars of David. Every single one of them.
really?
Yeah,
50 of them.
6-point stars, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
50, 6-point stars.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, fuck. I do feel bad, and I get why people are mad at her, being like, oh, whatever. But I wish America was able to leverage their power to get her out and help people, even the ones that talk shit about America.
Let's say Brittney Griner did some stuff to piss people off in America. Doesn't mean that she should be a fucking prisoner of war in Russia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now people will go say she broke the rules. She did.
She did, yeah.
Like, and I don't know if we would go to Thailand to take the people that get caught with drugs out there back.
Yeah.
I don't know if we do that. I know that she's a famous person, so all of a sudden we care more, where there are probably plenty of Americans that got caught with drugs in different countries, they got arrested. I don't know what America is doing then.
Yeah.
So, this is the benefit and a curse of being famous.
Yeah. Just different degrees of how much you feel bad. It's like you feel bad, but I don't feel like that.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I know. It sucks saying it, but it's true.
Yeah. But what are the other celebs doing? I don't know. Like, what are the celebs that are talking about it doing? Like, what do they want done? Do they want preferential treatment for the wealthy, famous person? Is that what they're asking? Like, I'm like when like LeBron or these people are tweeting about it, what are they saying? This person is more important than the people that are in jail here. We should care about her because she's famous?
I guess just because we know her. Like, you care about people you know.
I
in
agree with
general.
that. We know her, so it feels more real.
Feels more
we don't
real.
know, again, we don't see the other people that are kind of like what I was saying about the iPhones or whatever. We don't see the other people in jail for their trumped up charges.
Yeah.
We see her in jail.
Yeah.
Care about this one.
And I feel bad for people in jail in America that sold weed and now they're fucking locked up. For
Oh, yeah. Let every single one of them out.
The
It's
idea of being in
absolutely ridiculous.
prison for like a year sucks. I was thinking about that shit, dude. That is awful.
Yeah.
And also, like, being in prison for something that's legal that the state is making money on.
Yeah.
Yo, the state is making money. That's crazy.
Yeah, and you're still locked
Yeah.
up.
Son, fighting a bouncer, bro, crazy. Bro.
No, no,
Bro,
that was
28
deserved.
days. God damn, Sweden, bro, rough.
Okay, what else?
Do a therapy center.
What else we got?
That's
Mark?
crazy.
There are
bro.
people right now in Mississippi that are gonna be in jail. It seems like, very likely, because they were scaring kids at a daycare during Halloween.
Oh, what pieces of shit.
So my question is it a reasonable sentence to potentially go to jail for scaring children? I think yes, because I was scared as a kid.
I saw this video, started laughing, and I was like, maybe I'm right. I might not be a good dad.
So this is at a daycare in Mississippi. This is what these daycare, like, not teachers, I guess, like...
What do they dress as, a glass of water?
Wait,
What's going on?
What?
Jackson, Mississippi's got Flint water. Yeah, didn't know that?
Apparently not, bro. We didn't.
Sorry, I was reading the news. I was just trying to
Akash,
posit
just
a
call
joke.
him stupid, because
Yeah,
they didn't know.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
stupid.
Dumb as hell.
Yeah,
You
no,
didn't
he's
know either,
stupid.
bro.
Son,
Yeah, how did you not know that?
I'm on your
stupid?
side, though.
Oh,
Shit,
you
why you gotta call
right,
me
dog.
right?
Sorry you did that jail time.
Yeah. Thank you, see? Son, that shit is wild. Son, how you laughing, bro?
Because
These people hate their job, bro.
Son. No, they hate them damn kids. That's what they hate.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Son, it's not funny.
the double down is crazy.
It's a long video,
Yeah.
Son.
All this so women can have a career. Do you know what I mean? Like, stay home, watch your kids, ladies.
bro. That shit, I don't like that.
Son,
Yeah.
if you
No,
scare
that
a
shit
kid
is
and then
fucked.
they cry and then you take the mask off, fair. But she saw them crying and then just got close to them.
Ran into another room. I'm gonna fuck with my kids, though. I ain't gonna
Why
lie.
is that?
I'm
Wait, why
I'm
fair?
Fuck with them. I'm gonna fuck with my
How are
kids.
you
But
gonna fuck
you
with your
scare
kid?
them, then you show them the mask, you
Do
hug
shit
them,
like
everything
that.
is okay. It's
Yeah.
just a little joke.
I'm gonna throw
How
American cheese at their head and shit.
How much is too much, though? Because, like, you can scare them a little, like, go boo. And then it's like, how
Not
much?
like-
When is it crossing the line?
Nah, I'm gonna do more like pranks and like silly things. to
Yeah,
them.
that's not scary. That's funny.
I just want to
For
embarrass
me,
my
it's
kids.
scary for them when they get hit with American cheese on their fucking head. They can't breathe.
No, that what? No, that's also funny.
You take a piece of American cheese and you just throw it like that.
Throw cheese at a kid. They'll laugh.
Delicacy.
No, yeah. No, they will laugh and also get
Grab an apple and just go to town.
very custom American cheese. That'll happen.
Yeah, I think you gotta prank
You
your
should be
kid.
talking. What are you talking about? You're traumatized from bears because your fucking brother's scared
I
you with a
know.
bear
That's why I
mask.
don't think you should scare
But
kids.
you never got eaten by a bear?
But I could.
No, you can't because you're
Actually-
afraid. You don't put yourself in those situations.
That's a decent point.
That's a
They
good lesson.
saved you.
That's a
if
lesson.
anything, they saved you. Your
You would
parents
be
look
around
out for you,
bears,
Your brothers
too.
look out
I
for
wouldn't
you.
get killed by a bear regardless.
Nah, you would.
Nah, you would.
If you
Yeah,
weren't
you
scared
would.
of bears, you'd be camping, you get fucked up
You
by a bear,
freeze
no
up.
problem.
Yeah.
No,
I can tell right now. You're the type to freeze.
I would
up.
freeze up now. I would freeze up now because I'm scared of them.
So you dead.
But I'm
you
saying if I
dead.
wasn't traumatized, maybe I could fight.
No.
You're not gonna fight a bear. You gotta scream in Chinese at it. Then you have one chance of winning. Yo, son.
But yeah, I don't like scaring kids.
Yeah, I don't like that either. They should all be fired.
Imagine that was your kid. You saw a video of your kid screaming.
Yo, can I tell you how annoyed I would really be? I'd be like, I gotta find a new daycare. Like, it would be the inconvenience
yeah,
of my
100%.
life. Like, I gotta find a new place.
Also, your
build a
girl would be
relationship.
super mad, and then you got to deal
gotta
with
deal
her.
with
Deal
her.
with that? Oh,
yeah.
God. Yeah, no, how could they?
Oh shit! You gotta like boss up because once if this is one of your kids and you saw that teacher do that, like you gotta hurt the teacher.
Yeah, I mean, what do? Do you scare her back?
Yeah, I think you have
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
How would you scare her?
she's
You
sleeping in
back
her
off of her. You see him lose?
I was like, yeah, that's much more civil way to deal with things.
What were you gonna
Yeah,
do? You
yeah.
gonna fuck her up?
No. I was gonna get my girl to fuck her up. You know, you can't hit women.
That used to be a thing. Do people still do that?
I don't know.
Like, if you had beef with a girl, like you get a girl to fuck that girl up. There's like an honor in that.
yeah.
Yeah, that seems like a decent way to do it.
Or you could just go white chicks
What's that? Oh, you go girl.
in drag.
Wow, you hitting women, bro?
But
Yo,
it's not
can
me.
you have
no,
like
he just wants to go
a
drag.
what is that thing called? Like you have momentary.
Insanity.
Yeah, but could you have like momentary intransity, where like
If you're fluid,
Thought it was a woman.
yeah. I thought I was a woman when I was fucking that bitch up. Like, is that thing that happen if you have multiple genders?
You're
Yeah,
gender
yeah.
fluid. I think you
But
can
you
do
got to
that.
say that before, just
Yo.
as like a caveat.
Well, I'm saying now.
Yeah, say it now. Declare it. I'm fluid sometimes.
I'm fluid. I am fluid.
I've been at least.
I've been taking some
We can
mirror
tell.
pics. I was like, I'm fluid out here. bro.
We can tell.
You're fluid. Look at you.
Oh hell yeah!
I was
Look at
super
this.
fluid.
Just I don't got no dick. Look at that. You can't sit like that with a dick.
Are you able to do that? Full tuck?
What?
Full tuck mangina?
I'm tucked right now. You think I can't do it like that without being tucked?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Come on, bro.
You look incredibly uncomfortable though.
I am.
I've never seen you more uncomfortable on this.
I am, but I got to prove the point now.
Remember when Al tried to fix his posture for like a week?
No.
He was coming to work with fucking duct tape on his tits and shit. What was that stupid contraption?
It was like some
The harness.
that makes you go like that. Yeah.
So he's in there, he's editing a special like this. Like,
That shit did help.
Okay, what if you find out your kid's getting bullied by another kid? Do you go to school and
I did that for
yell
my
at the
brother
kid?
once. I feel guilty about that shit.
Wait, how do you feel guilty?
Yeah, because my
come to
brother's
his
5 years
defense?
younger than me, and the kid was I'm in high school, senior, and the kid's in like first year of middle school or some shit, and I came to school, I grabbed that little motherfucking kid and threw him up against a fence.
That's fire.
Yeah, you're supposed to do that.
But
Nah, he's a kid. I can't be beating up little
what did
kids.
he do to your brother?
He's
What did he
up.
do to your brother?
Say what? I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared going there. Like, what if this kid could fight? Like,
That'd be Jamie.
Jamil, I need you, bro. It might be like 6 of them. It
Might
could
have
be
a Cat Williams situation.
Yeah,
we can sell him lemonade right after.
I'm asking my brother, like, yo, how big is he? Though? Like,
Wait, but what was he doing to your brother?
he was bullying my brother, so I bullied him back.
Yeah, that's good.
That's reasonable.
brother
That's
wasn't
good
big yet?
brothering.
Nah, he wasn't big yet.
He didn't go to rehab.
Yeah, after the rehab, my brother grew mad inches because he ate vegetables for the first time in his life. My parents was letting him eat fucking toasted mini wheats and then chicken nuggets for his whole existence.
That's why I'm short. Fuck
Son,
that shit.
honestly, if you go to rehab, my brother grew 7 inches in 1 year.
I think it
when
might
he
be a
was
little
18.
late for me, but
You
I'll
might
try
be able to do it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Go to Utah.
Yo,
That's the shit that
your brother was
Paris Hilton-
5'10" before rehab? 5'11"?
Yeah,
He's 6'6" now, right?
6'6" or 6'7", yeah.
He's still taller than you before rehab, and ain't you good? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it might not be much. All right,
I
what
know
else?
I'm short.
Yo, what about
I
this,
ain't short.
this reporter that met Messi and then started crying?
I don't understand soccer, though.
Yeah.
I don't get it, dog.
I don't get
That's how soft the sport is, bro.
it. Yeah,
Look
facts.
at Messi, though.
The reporter flopped.
He said he wanted a moment so bad, bro. He wants a moment so bad, bro. And Messi's like, nah, I ain't giving this to you, bro.
I mean, kind of crazy, though. Is there anyone you could interview that would make you cry?
Truly no one.
Yeah, I don't think so. That you would cry?
And I love crying. I love it. But no, come on.
Yeah, Michael Irvin would have been that person for you, and you didn't
Son,
cry at all.
no,
You were
I
smiling
was just
the whole
smiling
time.
like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Giddy.
Yeah, I don't know why you would cry. Maybe it's like he's like mean something to you as like a kid or something. I don't know.
Do you think it's the personal achievement? Like, he's been following the sport for so long, and he's been idolizing the best player in the sport, and he's like, my career will be fulfilled.
Not anymore, you crying ass idiot. Ruin that whole moment, dumbass.
But you never had moments like where you're like, wow,
Yes.
like I accomplished that, and that
Yes.
you got emotional?
1000% in private, like a man.
Yeah. You
Not in
can't.
front of the person.
It's also it's
Can you
never done.
imagine if I sat in Rogan and just started fucking tearing up right there?
It's never in the moment, right?
That clip would have went.
Yeah,
When Rogan started laughing at me, yeah. But my career wouldn't
It's
have
such
went.
an honor to be here. I've thought about this moment my whole life. He's just like, what are
I
you
tried to
doing?
help because of you.
Can I give you a hug? No, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I think about all the achievements you've had in your life. Do you think
Yeah.
would you cry in the achievement, or would you afterwards
I cry.
be in the shower and be like, holy shit, that
Yes.
really happened?
Shower or flight. Flight is the best one.
Well, that's not fair. That's PEDs for crying.
Yeah, it is true.
that's
but
true.
like, yeah, that nice cry on a flight, hoodie up, leaning into the window, fake looking out.
Have we talked about how your tongue gets numb on flights?
Mine doesn't get numb.
Have you heard this?
No.
That like your taste buds get less sensitive on a flight?
Is that why
Taste
people like
buds, yes,
salty
but
stuff?
not your tongue getting numb.
Well, not numb, but like, yeah, your taste buds, like you can't taste food the same way.
Is that true?
Have we talked about it? I don't know.
Flying is the most
told me
unnatural
this.
shit.
Yeah.
And you said like they have to over salt food.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why I'm thirsty as fuck on a goddamn plane?
Well, there's also just no
Yeah.
moisture.
You're getting
in it.
dehydrated.
Yeah, you get very dehydrated in flying. I'm telling you, that shit is not natural for humans. Ears are popping out of your fucking head. You're dehydrated. You're crying for no reason.
36,000
Don't
feet in the
start on
air.
that
It's
natural
very
shit.
not natural.
Is ecstasy less natural than mushrooms?
my
Oh God, don't do this.
Oh my
Can you
god.
just not waste everybody's time?
Come on,
Is
man.
ecstasy less natural?
Don't.
No,
than
Akaash
mushrooms?
said he's only doing natural drugs.
Okay. What's your
Shrooms.
argument that you clearly lost?
He said gummies aren't natural and weed's not natural.
I was like,
it's
yeah,
been
weed's not really
adulterated. And I had nothing because I don't know about this stuff. And thank God Daddy was here in the corner. Just bodied this motherfucker, no problem.
And what was your
Thanks,
argument?
Dad. Love you, Dad.
That a lot of edibles are made from just regular weed,
I
and
was
the
getting
THC is extracted out and just cooked with it. So it's still a natural product.
A lot of edibles are made from
Just
regular weed.
extracted THC from weed, which is natural. And so if you cook with the extracted THC, it's still a natural
So the
product.
drug itself, the drug part of it is natural.
Yeah.
Whereas in
Like,
ecstasy,
made in a lab.
well, I mean, gummies are made in a lab too.
No, you can make it in your house.
But my point is that
Not
the
gummies.
weed you're
How do you
growing,
make-
You
You
can
can
make
make gummy in your house.
You can make a gummy in your house?
like a brownie or like an edible, yeah.
No, edibles you can make in your house, but the gummy is
But it's like gelatin. and
gelatin.
shit.
Do you know how to make gelatin?
No, I'm sure somebody.
You can make gelatin.
Ain't nobody made a gummy in their house, bro.
Sure, people have made a gummy in the house.
Hey, I got some gummies in the oven.
We
They'll be
made
done
gummies in science class one time in 6th grade.
Isn't it just a little harder jello?
Gelatin powder, and water.
Technically, you could just get some Jello powder and pop
Just
in the weed.
less,
Exactly what I
less
said.
water.
Yeah, more
Nobody wants
gelatin.
your fucking Jello powder.
But my point is that the weed you're using in the first place is already all manufactured, fucking cross-contaminated.
No.
So what you're trying to say is that the weed
That we're smoking, God had nothing to
is
do with.
unnatural, just like the coke and ecstasy inside an ecstasy pill is and MDMA.
Yeah,
Sounds-
it's
it sounds
producing
great, right?
It's producing
I
more
had
serotonin
nothing.
in your brain.
I had nothing. I had a bully, and then my dad came and grabbed him by his fucking shirt.
The
Said,
serotonin
"Cut
in
that
your
shit
brain
out."
is natural. It's just making more of it.
See, he's just saying words.
Now mushrooms, are they all jazzed up?
I have no fucking idea.
Because weed, I believe you. I don't know if mushrooms is all jazzed up
I
yet.
think mushrooms are jazzed up.
I thought they got to grow on a certain thing. Like they grow on doo-doo.
Yeah, but it's like the fact that they're being such mass produced now, it's like something just feels.
gonna
It's gotta be in a
up.
lab.
Yeah,
they,
like,
they
I think
can't
that-
just be grabbing it
Just
from the
have
forest.
any, by the way?
Okay,
This-
Jesus.
the
Let's
thing-
just keep
I
it.
would gladly
Son, I had
have an outer body
I had
experience right now.
I had a gram of mushrooms yesterday and then watched House
of
of
Dragons?
Dragons again.
Amazing.
Fire.
Unbelievable.
Seeing the fucking dragon scene and then the colors are just popping. Oh,
What's the side effect of mushrooms? Is there any like? There's got to be a cost.
I saw Huberman say something, and this is something I believe is like.
I love that you call him Huberman. Isn't it Huberman?
I mean,
That's
I'm
Huber.
sorry, I'm off by like barely a sound.
he said it. He said it as you said.
Huberman.
Huberman, whatever, my boy. My boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that boy.
Yeah, that motherfucking boy, the brain boy. Yeah. Brain boy, brain god.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying like the quicker, the less work that goes into receiving a dopamine hit, the more dangerous it will be.
Ah.
So it's like, if you get a big dopamine rush from working out, that's justified. But if you just eat something and immediately afterwards you're feeling absolutely amazing, there's gonna be a cost that you have to pay for that.
What about sex though?
A lot of work.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Yeah,
you
you're
gotta
right.
pay for a roof and a bed and rent.
What
and
about
water
jerking off?
and bags and
Yeah, that's true.
rings
That's true.
and jewelry. Matter of fact, it doesn't come close to the effort that you
What
put
if
in.
you take porn out of it, just jerking off versus sex? Is there any brain difference?
I think. Don't you feel bad after you jerk off?
But with
I don't
porn,
feel good.
with porn,
What?
It's,
Like you got to pay the cost of jerking off, right? Or for me, it's like you got to pay the cost of dopamine. You either pay it before or after. So with alcohol, you pay it the next day.
Okay.
Right? With drugs, you pay it the next day. With working out, you pay it before. With jerking off, you might pay it after. You might be like, ugh, did I just fucking jerk off? Or am I a fucking loser? There might be like this emotional component.
that's always tied to
You
porn.
feel that way after jerking off?
Yeah.
I don't jerk off really, so I don't have that
yeah,
feeling. But like
you lose
the
energy.
people- yeah, maybe you feel
In a
a little
good way.
tired. Also, wait a minute. Let me also.
like
We
good.
should ask Huberman
Relaxing.
about this.
Yeah.
But there should never be a negative reaction connected to ejaculation because we need that to keep living.
That's my question. If you take porn out of it, I recognize that porn is changing your brain neurons. But I'm saying if you're just jerking off or having sex, is there anything happening differently physiologically?
Jerking off is evolutionary.
I think that-
Coming is evolutionary.
Yeah, I think eventually jerking off there would be something wrong.
It feels like there would be, but I don't
Maybe
know.
your brain can't decipher between that and just sex.
And you're just tapping into fantasy in your brain, whatever the fuck. I don't know.
We should ask Huberman this. This is a great question.
Dude, this guy's gonna come on and answer a lot of
Oh, he's
questions.
gonna fix this. Number one thing he got to do is
Yeah.
explain to me why my vision is minimum 20% worse from staring into the sun every single day.
Wait.
He says stare at the sun for like 10 minutes when you wake up.
Not into the sun.
The direction of the sun.
We'll say that. I'm like this. I'm like this, getting wrinkles on my
Having a
rooftop.
staring contest.
Yeah, like
losing
this.
every time.
I don't know if this is good, babe. There's smoke coming out of my eyelids. I don't think this is a great idea. So we need to get to the bottom of some of these little bits of brain hacking.
And then we got to ask about women. What do women enjoy sex?
Yeah.
That's another big question.
Apparently they do. It blows my mind.
With some people.
Yeah, yeah. I had no idea.
Yeah, and then can we jerk off?
Yes.
We're gonna ask them all those questions.
While we're talking about jerking off, can you just play a video that like you would jerk off to?
Okay, yeah, let's do that. This got dropped in the group chat this morning, and I thought it was very funny. We're gonna watch it. This is a blind dating show from The Cut, a YouTube channel, where they set up 2 different people and they just talk, and then they have to vote based off their conversation if they want to go on a second date. This is what happened.
What is your type?
I'm definitely very into Asian men. It's not like a deal breaker or anything.
What race do you think I am?
I have no idea. I don't want to make assumptions.
You want to take a guess?
That's great.
I would
He's an
say,
Asian
like,
guy.
maybe
She's a white woman.
To Asian, maybe?
I am Asian, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Can we hug?
Sure.
Oh boy.
Okay.
She's a bigger girl.
Good. You're needing a hug.
Immediately passes on her.
Oh boy. Hold on.
I mean, not even subtle.
Kind of.
Is that editing?
Brutal.
There had to be some kind of pause. You can't
No.
be that immediate.
That was like the timeline. Kind of brutal. But at the same time, that's the nature of the show.
Can I tell you the real bad guys? The Cut. They
Well,
set
they
this
know what
whole
they're
thing
doing.
up. Yeah,
Yeah,
they got
they know
this
what
bigger
they're
girl saying, I love anime, I love Asian dudes, all this stuff this guy's gonna want to hear. And then the second they touch, they give him the chance to get
They
out.
understand that we love watching rejection. It's like Next. Remember that MTV show?
Yeah.
It's like we don't want to watch it for the love.
But they looked at the big girl and were like, she's not gonna make it far the second people see her. They're the ones that are sexist and fatphobic.
They shouldn't have let him hug.
Say again?
They shouldn't have let them hug.
Oh, because
Yeah.
Kind
That's
of
the
ruins the whole
giveaway.
point.
Yeah.
But they wanted him to, that's the thing, they wanted him to hit the red button.
Yeah, he
They
would've
want
did-
to
he
see
would have
it.
took that off and just be like,
what would you do?
That's my point. Like, you just gonna go on
Feel bad, bro.
5 dates just because you feel bad?
Yeah.
One date, you know what I mean? She probably knows great restaurants. Have a nice meal.
you
Get out of
go on
there.
a date with, I mean,
Not a meal, but
that's a date.
like
bro.
coffee. We could do coffee or something like that. I'm not gonna take her to fucking Carbone Golden Corral or wherever the hell she goes to. You know, I don't know. Like, where are you gonna take her? What is she gonna
I
eat?
love Golden Corral.
Sushi? She probably like sushi.
Sushi? Maybe
sushi.
dragon eggs?
She likes
Do you think? What do you think that she's into? What do you think?
You
that
said
she-
you want to take her to SeaWorld.
I would never throw
That's
a little
not-
fish in her mouth.
That's what you said.
I would never,
exactly
Mark,
what you said.
Mark, I would never make her go in the pool and open her mouth and throw a little fish in her mouth. I would never do that.
I think that's what you said.
I wouldn't do that. That's
But yeah.
fucked up.
No, that's a rough show. I don't know if I would. I don't want to reject someone on like in front of people.
Yeah,
dude.
It's brutal. You have to have,
Or
you
get
have to be a
rejected.
sociopath.
Nah, there's nothing wrong with that. They both go on the show. They know what could happen. So you can't feel bad if you get rejected. You go on the show. That's a possibility.
Bro, we're both
Yeah, I
at
get
war.
it.
You kill somebody, you still could feel a little bad.
Whoa, good counterpoint.
I'm just saying, like,
I thought
it's
you
still-
had it. That was a good
This
counterpoint.
guy's had some counterpoints today, man. I don't know.
I
what
busted
happened.
out some
He puts
counterpoints,
on the
bro.
blazer. That
I
shit
know,
is
yeah.
different.
Son, I'm a journalist
Yeah,
today,
NPR
bro.
Schultz, let's go.
I'm out here. Where are all my bitches? I mean, what are they called? On NPR, what do they call them?
What?
Women?
People at or
human.
something? Like, where are all my humans at?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a slogan from NPR at all.
Isn't it?
I don't think so, bro.
NPR, the fucking
Where
lion.
the hood at? Are you talking about where the hood?
Where the hood? Where the hood? Where the hood?
Yeah, that's
at?
DMX.
Where the hood? They gotta play that in Somalia. Where the hood? Where the hood? Where the hood? No, I think that is. Yeah, I think that's. They gotta know what the deal with that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to go with somebody who's not into it for 5 dates.
Yeah, you got to trick it.
Let me know,
Yeah.
but we had a nice time either way. Good deal. Let's go.
I think that should be discussed before the date.
No, that's not wrong either.
How do you bring it up though?
Like, I mean, you're talking.
Shit in
like,
your bio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, one, it should probably be in the bio.
I gotta put
If
my
you're
height.
Swiping and
My
shit
height
like
is
that.
a turn off to many women.
But what if
Oh
someone,
shit! That is a physical characteristic that you are judged on
Yeah.
based on attractiveness.
Yeah.
And there are some women who are like, I'm just not attracted to guys that are what is your midget? Is it?
5'7", thank you. Raw steel sex appeal. You know what I mean? So let's get it
midget
together.
is a dwarf. Come on, bro. They're fast.
No, but they're just not attracted to guys that are shorter than them or whatever like that. There's someone who like I only like guys who are like fucking 6'5" or something like that.
Yeah.
Lonely. And
What woman has said that?
I don't know, these lonely ass women who will be alone for the
I
rest
don't
of
like
their life.
guys that like make a lot of money and stuff. You know, that's super like a big turnoff.
They say, what I say? I don't like?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I said I only like guys who are above 6'5". Like they want like
You said
real
there's
tall
some
guys.
women that don't like guys.
No, I think Taylor even said like I was like, what is considered tall? And she's like, I don't know, like regular height, like 6'5" or something like that. And I was like, what?
Remember she was talking about dicks? She was
Yeah,
like,
it's got to be 10 inches.
like what?
This girl is 4'11". She's walking around like a backpack.
Everyone's
on a guy.
6'5".
Yeah.
You're like a Jeff Dunham puppet at that point.
Exactly. So I think that it's totally okay to just not be into somebody, and we don't gotta.
But I don't think you gotta disclose.
Why not?
I think you just have to disclose before it's sexual.
Hoping for an accident.
Yeah. Don't tell me.
I just think you have to disclose before it's sexual.
I mean, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you don't have to, but I think it would be courteous.
Why?
Yeah, what's
Because
the
it's
difference?
like,
Yeah. Well, that's a great point.
well, if you're pre-op, then it's like, hey, just for the record, I have a penis down here. Is that cool with you?
But why?
Because some people might not want to interact.
Because you're
with
going to see it
penis.
regardless. It's unavoidable.
Some people might
Why
not.
do they have to disclose though? If they don't have to disclose initially, why do they have to disclose later?
I mean, no one has to do anything. But if you don't want to interact with a penis sexually,
But why?
then-
What's wrong with that? But penis is a body part, bro. We're talking about gender.
yeah, but some people
This is
don't.
Alex's question, but I like the line of questioning.
But some people don't want to suck a penis.
Get that light ready, but keep going.
What?
Get that.
No, this is defensible. It's not homophobic to not want to have interactions with penises.
Using a lot of knots, bro. Let's just do simple declarative sentences here.
Yeah.
Okay, go.
What's your question?
What, my question is, why should someone disclose before they have sex, but not before they meet?
Because if you're just meeting, it could just be an interaction at dinner. You're just talking.
It's a date.
But the date has the intention of sexual arousal.
not inherently
it's,
true.
No, sexual undertones to
I
every
think so.
date. It's called a date.
If we're going on a date, if we're just meeting up as friends, of course not. You don't have to disclose anything.
Yeah.
But if we're meeting up for the purpose of romance, the eventual purpose of romance.
But romance isn't inherently tied to sex ultimately after the first date.
Not after the first date, but it is inherent in the idea this is potentially sexual.
Cool.
If this,
I'm good.
So you think going on a date with someone has no romantic
That's a lot of
purpose?
knots. That's a lot of knots. Say it without knots.
Well, I said no. I corrected myself. Has no romantic purpose.
No, it is romantic, of course.
Okay, so then why should you only disclose that you have a penis after someone likes you enough to have sex? If they like you enough to have sex, then it doesn't matter what you have according to you, right? Or are you saying that there's some issue with having a penis? Are you saying there's something wrong with being trans? Is that what you're saying? Is it something they have to apologize for? Is it something?
Kiss me, you guys are gay! We got some gay!
That was good. That was fucking good. Holy shit.
Let's go!
I mean, we had him on the ropes. He was right there on the ropes.
I gave you that fuck out.
I don't want to touch your hand, bro. That's gay.
But no, you do bring up a good point because your knee-jerk reaction is right. You want to know if there's some dicks down there before you do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is how we feel in our heart.
I'll have dinner with someone with a penis, whether they're a man or a woman.
Yeah, we know.
But if I'm gonna have
But
sex
you're not
with
gonna have a
someone,
romantic dinner with someone with a penis.
Yeah,
Because
it's a
you
date.
know that you won't be able to go there with it. It doesn't mean that you're a hateful person, but you know it won't go there.
it's not Bumble BFF. This regular ass Bumble. We're on a date right now.
Yeah.
yeah, but the date doesn't imply sex inherently.
No.
I think it implies sex in the future.
Yes.
Or we're not interested in all.
Yeah,
we're not
yeah.
going on a date to be friends.
But if you're at the point where it's like, oh, this date's going awesome, let's have sex, then you go, hey, just before the sex part comes in play.
But why even
why
waste
then?
the time?
Yes.
Because what if the dick is the problem? Now you just had a
misleading.
pointless.
But why
date.
do I gotta tell you about the dick before I even want to have sex with you?
But
you
telling
wasted the
you
person's
about the
time.
penis, telling you about the penis implies that there's something wrong. It also implies you might have an issue with it. It
Yeah.
implies that you're closed-minded. I'm closed-minded about dicks. I'm super closed-minded about dicks. Like if you got a dick,
yeah.
I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see it?
Actually, I want to see dicks on dudes sometimes, but not on women. If I'm at a urinal, I'll take a peek at a wiener, but I'm not trying to be in a romantic situation and then see dick. That's just me. I'm closed-minded
so
about
you
it.
need them to disclose before the date.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do.
And so would you ask?
No.
No,
they
I
have
think
to
you should
disclose it.
volunteer that information.
How are we gonna ask? You gotta ask every girl, yo, you got a dick?
That's my question.
But you're saying that they shouldn't have to do it, which I think is the more progressive way to look at it. But you're also acknowledging that at a certain point, it's like, yo, cough up that wiener. If you got a wiener,
yeah.
you
Cough
gotta
it up
cough
before I'm going to touch the wiener.
But right before the pants come down, that's even crazy.
I think there's a social contract on a date that if this goes well, it will be sexual. There is a sexual intent here if everything goes well. So why don't you just tell me up front so I know whether or not I want to enter into
maybe
this
I don't
sexual
wanna fuck
social
you.
contract.
before we kiss, or before or after we kiss, just before I see wiener.
Not kissing sexual.
Why is kissing sexual? You kiss your parents, you know what I mean? You kiss.
Us, that wasn't
Yeah,
sexual.
you just kiss
That
that.
was
That's
sexual. You guys
right
kiss
there.
me because you're gay men.
That's fine, but I didn't have sexual undertones. Why are you judging my intention?
Nah, you
Can
did.
I just
flirt?
wanted to
can-
kiss you.
Is flirting sexual?
Yeah.
So then, shouldn't it be done before flirting?
They could be, yeah.
Which is our point. The point of a date is to flirt, which is why you should say it initially.
Yeah.
It was a weak one, but yeah, it was because he broke the momentum with his little fucking mind trick. That was genius. But yeah, I think we all want trans people to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
The reality is that a lot of us, maybe older people, don't feel comfortable with that in a sexual way. Just being around, hanging out, fucking busting balls, having a good time, it
Yes.
doesn't matter. It's great.
And I can't speak on behalf of trans people, but I think they would want us to feel comfortable as well.
Exactly.
And so why would they waste their time going on a date with somebody who potentially will not be interested in a trans person?
And then you're gonna say it when we're at the restaurant, and now it's this awkward moment. Like we should ask the trans person, but I imagine like, yo, we're vibing, everything's good in the DMs. I gotta tell you something before we meet in person.
Boom.
For their safety too, because somebody could get upset about that. And that's why these trans women get beat the fuck up.
I
and
get
shit.
why they do it, yeah.
I think it's an obligation.
You get why they beat them up or whatever.
All right.
But yeah, for them, like,
Yeah.
yeah, you put on your fucking outfit, you do your hair, you tuck your cock and balls into that little pocket, like Shorty was saying.
Yeah.
Remember when she was describing, and then you go and the dude's like, "What? You got a dick? I'm out of here."
Yeah.
Like that is humiliating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
disclosed mostly on the dating apps. I mean, I don't know if I am saying that like fully, but I'm saying like
Why would you choose to get into this, dog? Why would you choose it?
because I think I have insight as the
Everyone
guy.
thinks they got a good
I don't think
insight,
that's
bro.
bad what he's saying. He's just saying he swipes on dating apps.
with a trans woman.
No. But I'm saying on the
Would
dating
you?
apps. No. Maybe.
Come on.
Here, I'll spin it on myself.
Yo, that's mad progressive of you, Miles. Mad progressive. I respect
Miles is
it.
the most progressive on the
Most
podcast.
respect.
That's
Most
the progressive answer. But in your heart, if you're speaking truthfully, speak like Kanye. What would Kanye do?
Fuck
Jews
the
run
Jews.
Bumble.
Yeah. No, Miles' heart and brain sometimes get into a thing.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to see.
Yeah.
And I'm curious about this one.
But no, so I'm on the dating apps, and you'll be just, I only have women as the people I look for on the dating apps. And sometimes,
What is a woman?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But sometimes on the app, it'll be a person, and they'll say, just so you know, I'm trans, I'm da-da-da. And you'll see that, not commonly, but it will come up. So people are disclosing even pre.
Yeah. Because they just want to filter it out off rip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But they are disclosed, like, I don't know. I think that's.
Yeah, I think they understand the social contract of Bumble,
Yeah.
which you're refusing to acknowledge. It's sexual in nature.
Yeah. For some people.
Son, come on, bro.
For anyone who's not on
Can't
Bumble
just take a
BFF.
L ever.
What's
I know,
the
it's
L?
unbelievable.
I mean, it was a huge L.
You're
one?
wrong.
No, it's a huge L. You said that going on a date wasn't romantic.
And people are on a dating app with no intentions of dating, no intentions of romance.
No, of course, there's an undertone. You can't say every person on every app is doing it for sex.
I can and I will.
Yeah.
They're doing it for romance.
Yeah.
Okay. What does romance lead to?
Sex.
Okay, so that means every person on the dating app is there for sex.
So we just said,
Yeah, but not everything turns into romance. Not everything turns into sex.
Also, you said kissing was sex and flirting was sex.
It's not sex. It's sexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to disclose before being sexual.
Yeah, but if you go on a date and all of a sudden you see the guy's like 5'2" and you're like, oh, I don't want to date him even though I have a dick. It's like, do I even have to say the dick part? I might not want to fuck you and then I could bounce.
You wanted to go on a date, though.
Yeah, the date's implied that there's
Saying, hey, do you
we
wanna get
both
drinks?
think we each
both
other
on
are
an
and if the guy's
attractive.
5'2",
let's
that
go on a
had to be
date and
disclosed
see.
on the dating app.
It doesn't have to.
No, they ask for your height, and if you say I'm not going to answer, you've disclosed.
Just lie.
Yeah, you don't have. You could lie. You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, but then you lied.
But if you don't want to
and
fuck
that's
them,
on you.
Yeah.
If you don't
I
want to fuck
truly
them,
wouldn't
why do you
lie.
gotta
If
say
I'm 5'7", if you're with it, great. Most of you won't be. That's fine.
But you don't have to disclose your height. You don't have to disclose any of those things other
It's
than
dangerous
like.
for short guys too. I lied, said I was 6'4", showed up to a date. They saw my real height,
I
fucked
can
me
get
up,
beat
bro.
up. A lot of
It's
women.
dangerous for short people, bro.
6'3" girl.
Yeah, it's dangerous,
A
bro.
lot of women could fuck me up.
So,
You know what I mean? They can feel duped.
Yeah.
I empathize with trans women.
But like, if you just don't want to fuck a dude, you can be like, yeah, I'm not going to, and I'm not going to tell you that I'm trans. You just got passed on by what you thought was just a biological cis woman, but actually I'm a trans
You
woman.
should at least pay
lost,
half
B.
if you're not going to disclose, right? Should you pay the whole thing? Should you pay half?
I think you just pay for it.
Pay for it.
I think you pay for it.
Yeah,
every first
That's
date.
definitely the right thing to do.
Now, while we're
What
talking
I pay
about the trans thing,
Hollywood news, if you want.
ooh,
Some breaking Hollywood news.
go.
James Gunn, director of Guardians of the Galaxy, the new Suicide Squad, has just become the head of DC Studios at Warner's, which is like in that industry, you never put a director, or the director hasn't really been in charge. So he's going to be green lighting director overseeing their slate. So that could be a whole new direction for all that. Todd Phillips will still handle his like Joker and probably his dark movies his way. And then Matt Reeves has the Batman world. They don't know who's going to control that, but everything else, animation, TV, film, under James
That's
Gunn.
crazy because James Gunn got canceled. They tried to say he was a pedophile because he made some kid fucking jokes, and he was just too nice at making movies, and eventually they forgave him. He came back, and now he's doing it. So, does Kanye have a road to redemption?
I think he was clearly joking is the difference. They were
true.
jokes. And DC is this lets me know how
need
much DC is hating all their own movies.
Yeah.
That they're like, just get the Marvel guy. I'm done.
Yeah. Well, look, I think that James Gunn is an absolutely talented motherfucker. He's brilliant. The question is, will he be talented in a managerial role? That is a different thing.
Yeah.
You know, he's talented when he has his hands on it. He's one of the greatest in the world alive at making movies. I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are fantastic.
And you should not care about the Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't even know that was a comic book. And then the movie comes out, and you're like, oh, this shit is
I hear
fire.
you.
I had no
Yeah, yeah.
emotional investment in Guardians of the Galaxy. Watched the movie, loved it.
Yeah.
Marvel is great about doing that with movies I didn't even know were gonna exist.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird.
Even-
it's like go.
Sorry, even Thor. Before the movies, you heard of Thor,
Yeah, I
but
didn't
none of us
care
knew
about it.
anything about
Yeah,
him.
I didn't care
And now
about it.
he's one of the best superhero characters in the entire Marvel universe.
Yeah. You know,
He's taking on a tough role, yo.
But
Because
that's-
the DC audience is super splintered. Like there's like a core group that they like that Snyder guy, the Snyder Cut
Zack
and shit.
Snyder, yeah.
I did
And
not
it's
like that.
Yeah, and like they just won't like anything DC unless he has a part in it. So it's like
I think
this
the
is a
issue with
hard
DC
job.
is the source material isn't as good. They don't have complex villains. Like
That's
their
the issue.
villains are just all their. Let me
That's a
just get it
scapegoat.
out. Let me just get it out. The villains for Superman are incredibly simple. I'm fire alien guy. They don't want anything. Like the beauty of Marvel is the villain is relatable, and they made what the villain wants to be reasonably relatable.
Thanos might be right.
Exactly. Every one of them might be right. Even when you have X-Men, it's what is it
Magneto.
called?
Magneto.
It's
That
like,
motherfucker
yo, he's
hard,
looking
yeah.
out for the mutants that are getting oppressed.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like all of a sudden they make sense. Every one of the DC in the Superman world is like, okay, I got Superman. Now I got water Superman. Now I got woman Superman. Now I got running fast Superman. They all got the same fucking skill set. There's nothing unique or different. Like, what's the origin story? Get us into it. So they're almost like more video games than they are these like complex stories. What they've done with Batman, I think, is awesome. But the source material for Marvel is like on another level.
Lex Luthor is just a bad guy. You don't see Lex Luthor's point
There's
of
no
view.
redeemable quality
You're not
whatsoever.
looking at his point of view and be like, it would be nice to run the world. We should let him do that.
yeah.
You're looking at Thanos like, yo, this shit might be the solution to everything. Cut the
Thanos don't even
population
want to
in
hang
half.
out. He's like, I want to fix your problems and leave. I don't even want to be worshipped.
Even in the last one, he's like, the only mistake I made is y'all remember everybody. Now I'm just going to get rid of half the population and you won't know what happened. I was like, that sounds kind of perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why are we stopping this?
I'll give a little pushback because, like, in the comics, there is some depth with some of the characters, especially Lex Luthor, because they actually grow to like him and start to hate Superman at a certain point. So it's like there is some depth in the characters, and I think it's more so the writing and the creativity because just because the comics have it like black and white, you can add that
You
stuff
can
to
add,
it.
you can mine more. I mean,
Yeah,
you should wait
like-
for this. Wait for Charlemagne to
they
continue
did it with,
on this.
They did it with the Joker, right? Like that source
Yeah.
material wasn't really there, but they had great writers
Exactly.
that made this
No,
amazing story.
I think the source material with the Joker there, like the one thing that the Joker wants for Batman is to do the thing that Batman refuses to do, which is kill. and the Joker is willing to let himself be killed by the Batman.
But like the pieces of those stories that they added in.
He's saying that might not necessarily be in the comic book. That might be something that the writer of the movie,
this
the
Agent of Chaos thing.
Yeah.
I think that existed, but you're right. Yeah, they made it definitely more complex. I will give them that.
So if you add that same complexity to all the other DC characters,
Why haven't they?
Well, that's their issue. That's what they've just leaned into the action and not so much the story, and that's where they've gone wrong.
Can I be honest? I think the reason why Thor has become way more like comedic is because the bad guys that he's going up against aren't that interesting. So they're like, we got to make this a comedy because the bad guys are just, I'm destroy worlds guy. They did a great job with the last one of giving him purpose. He wants to destroy gods because a god was the reason why he suffered. That's smart. But God Destroyer guy.
Yeah, I'm evil incarnate.
Loki was just some angry kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're adopted. You're not happy about it. The fuck you want?
Yeah.
Right.
But this is a cool shakeup. And he's partnering with his producing partner so that he'll decide on things on an executive level, and then James Gunn will go creative. So
the other thing Marvel does is be funny.
Yeah.
If these movies weren't funny, I think we for sure would have lost interest way earlier. At least I would have, and I know you would have. Thor, I remember watching with you. Case Rosso made us go, and we were both like, why the fuck are we watching this? And then it was funny, and we were like, yo, we're in.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, he's nice.
Is it possible that DC led the cancellation against James Gunn in order to decrease his own stock value so that they could buy him up on the low?
God.
Yes.
Is it possible?
Oh my God.
Where's that conspiracy? Like,
I mean, that shit seems a little convenient. And if I was them, that's what I would do. I would find the best people in Hollywood. I would lead a charge to make them look crazy and then scoop them up when no one else will touch them. Hey, we'll give you a shot.
That's what they're doing to Kanye
That's
right now.
what Reebok is doing for Kanye right now.
Whoa.
That's my point.
That's it. We're not going to beat that. Full circle episode, Flagrant. Guys, we'll see you Patreon Friday, patreon.com/flagrant2. Sign the fuck up. Asshole Army Gang.